today doing another episode of Kaiju Talk, and today we will be talking about the MUTOs from Godzilla 2014. Just a quick facts about them, about the MUTOs. The male is 61 meters tall, and the female is 91.4 meters tall. And yes, I wrote this down on a card, don't judge me. And Godzilla is about 104 meters, so Godzilla's only 10 meters larger than the female MUTO, which you could probably tell in the film. But the MUTOs are a parasitic kaiju that appear in the 2014 film Godzilla. In the movie, the male is it hatches out of like an underground thing, while the female really remained dormant. And the male grew and killed, what's his name? I forget Bryan Cranston's character's wife when they went underneath the spawn. A couple of years later, it was ready to spawn, and it broke out of the cocoon and went and flew away, and it was signaling to the female that it was ready. So the female broke out of her cocoon, fully developed. They met and mated. The female laid eggs. Then Godzilla came and just killed everybody. He killed the male MUTO just by what I did. When the male MUTO was flying at him, he tail slapped him into a building. Female, he did the kiss of death, which is what's referred to now. He grabbed the male MUTO and blasted atomic breath into its mouth, basically killing it. Now, I like the MUTOs. I like, as you probably can guess, I already said this before, I love the whole mutation kind of aspect for Godzilla. That's why I like the Heisei era. It's my favorite era because of the mutation, like, thing in it. Like Space Godzilla, my favorite kaiju, because one, he just looks badass and evil, and that's awesome. But also because it's like Godzilla mutated with crystals and all that. Biollante, Godzilla cells mutated with plant, destroy a mutant from oxygen stuff. I love the whole mutant feel. That's why Zilla is also one of my favorite kaiju, like I said in my Zilla episode of Kaiju Talk, because he's like a mutant dinosaur, and that's awesome in my opinion. But, so I like how the MUTOs have like a mutated kind of thing to them. Also, I love the way they sound. The electronic like sounds that went into making their voices were just phenomenal. Like, it just sounded really cool. Like Godzilla's roar was I mean, it was okay. The MUTO's roar, though, was really cool, in my opinion. So, that's why I like the MUTOs. They're not my favorite kaiju. In my ranking of kaiju, they'll probably be, I think, number 8, maybe? Or, no, maybe 7, I don't know. And the MUTOs are one of my favorite kaiju, even though they've only had one film appearance. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon saying, oh, Godzilla 2014, best Godzilla movie ever, oh, no. My opinion is still saying Godzilla 2 was the best Godzilla movie ever. But, yeah, so I like the MUTOs. I think they're cool. I mean, although in Godzilla 2014, it shouldn't have been called Godzilla 2014 in my opinion. Godzilla wasn't in it that much. He was a side story, basically. The whole focus was on the MUTOs, not on Godzilla. So, in my opinion, if they gave it a name like Monarch, I guess, because the thing for the MUTO was like Project Monarch or something. If they gave the movie title Monarch, then it would have made more sense. The MUTOs are in it, and then Godzilla makes his debut in it. And he just appears in it, but because that's what it felt like. It didn't feel like the movie was all Godzilla, because Godzilla wasn't really in it. Although, they had, like, a bunch of merchandise for it. Like, they had these guys in like every Walmart you went to. But no. Where'd you have the MUTO figures? You had little 2-inch, 4-inch versions of them. I think it was just 2 inches. Where were the 6 inches? Nowhere. There were no 6 inches in any store. They could have made like a MUTO version like this. But no. They decided to only have one 6-inch MUTO figure, which is the winged MUTO, which I have right here. The winged MUTO is the male, the 8-legged MUTO is the female, if you did not know that by this time. But, I mean, in these Kaiju talks, the Zilla episode was mainly why you shouldn't hate on Zilla. It's old, it's new, but, I mean, I'll be doing one video of Kaiju talk for every Kaiju. But, I mean, what I'll be doing in them is I'll be going over the stats, film appearance, what I think of them, and if they're ever, and how they could make a new film, or be in another film, which, for the MUTO, I think could be in another film, because, I mean, I know it's not being in the second Godzilla film, but, I mean, they had a pretty thing. They're underground. They said Godzilla, since he needed radiation, he went deep underground, or deep underwater to like lay on the bottom for the radiation. MUTOs went underground for that, and I think that they could find another way to implement the MUTOs and just say that, like, that Godzilla, not Godzilla, but that basically the same story. I mean, they weren't that hard to find in the first movie, so it wouldn't be that hard to find or implement them in the first movie. Just have them be, they awake from an underground cave or something like that. But change the storyline a bit. Have it so that it's like, I want to see like a MUTO, like, mutate with another Kaiju. Like, let's say we brought, which would be another cool thing to happen. Let's say if in the second movie, which is what it's supposed to be, let's say you had King Ghidorah, but not this King Ghidorah. What I think would be cool is if they took King Ghidorah and MUTO-fied him, I guess you could say. That was a really cheesy name, but I'm gonna go with it. Because I've seen concept pictures of like MUTO Gigan and stuff, like combining a MUTO with another famous Kaiju. They made King Ghidorah, but added like MUTO color scheme. I don't know, like a MUTO dragon basically is what it would be, like MUTO King Ghidorah, something like that. I think that'd be really cool. And then you could have Godzilla fight in the new movie, MUTO King Ghidorah. I think that'd be really cool. Oh, and also, if you remember this blue atomic breath beam, that's just a side note. I made it for the NECA Godzilla 1994, but I found out if it's a Smash Strike Godzilla, much better. His mouth opens wide enough. And it looks pretty cool. But anyway, I think that would be cool if they implemented the MUTOs by having like MUTO Mothra, MUTO Rodan, MUTO King Ghidorah. Like, just took the normal Kaiju and made them like a MUTO, basically, but of course, like King Ghidorah and stuff. I think that'd be really cool. Make for an interesting plotline, because for the teasers, for the Godzilla thing, when they were going over, the Kaiju, I think that was at Comic-Con, maybe? I don't know where that was. I didn't go to any of that, but, they had to say that it was like there were others besides the MUTO, Project Monarch, codename Mothra, and all that. If there are others besides the MUTO, they could have the MUTOs, like the other Kaiju, be like the MUTOs, basically. I mean, I know that's not their trait, but, you know, just have King Ghidorah be a bit more MUTO-like. Mothra. I think Mothra would be really easy to do, but then again, obviously Mothra's a fluffy, colorful butterfly, so couldn't really do that. But you get what I'm saying. Well, my final thoughts on the MUTO. Good job, Legendary. Good job, Warner Brothers. They were a really cool Kaiju in the film. I would wish that in the PS3/PS4 game of Godzilla that they did make that they made the MUTOs a monster to fight, like that fake roster that they had. If they made MUTOs a kaiju that you could fight in the movie, like when they in the game, like how they added Gigan like last minute, they had the MUTO in last minute. I think that would have worked. He could have been like. Also, if they let you play as Godzilla 2014 besides King of Monsters mode, I think that would be cool. But anyway, MUTO's cool kaiju, great sound effects, love their color scheme. This figure could be a bit more detailed because it's a bit smooth, but yeah. Excuse any background noise. But yeah. Overall, good kaiju. Hope that they will make a comeback someday. Anyway, guys, that's it for this episode of Kaiju Talks, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.